Growing up, I was like overweight. Because I haven't done any kind of exercise or, like, of course, like I did play with like the kids and stuff, like football or whatever. But I was playing more like video games. I remember I used to play this game called Counter Strike. I think everyone knows about this game, Counter Strike. And I remember I used to miss days at school just to stay and play with my friends. So imagine all I was doing is like playing games, eating like chips and stuff, drinking coke, sugar drinks and stuff. And I got to a point where I was like overweight. And yeah, and then I was, because
But you grew up like in Romania.
yeah, I grew up in Romania. Yeah, like my family, they as work or like income wise, we used to sell like second-hand clothes to like a market stall, or how you call it, yeah, something like that. Yeah, so we used to do that, and I remember like I used to help my mom like carrying the big bags, or like things like that, like heavy weight. I always used to like to help my mom like carrying heavy stuff. I never let her do these things like carry heavy stuff. I always wanted to do it because I feel like I'm the man, I should do it. And then yeah, and then like my parents, I mean, like they came here first, and then I had to stay home with my sister. She's younger than me, and I had to look after her. And I remember because they let like business, like the market stall, they let it to me. So I had imagined like I was like around 12 years old. I had to go to the like early in the morning, like 4 a.m. in the morning, to the market stall and get ready for the clothes or shoes or whatever like I was selling. Crazy. And I was looking after like I felt like so old because I had to look after my sister. I had to bring money home for food to my grandmom. And then I came here when I was 15 years old.
15.
Yeah.
So you're here, and then what made you start going to the gym?
Well, as I said, I was overweight, and I remember actually one time it was Christmas, and like whenever it's Christmas or like Easter, we always used to get like new clothes and stuff, like as a kid. And I remember one Christmas we went to this new shop to get some clothes for myself, and I remember because I was so overweight, I remember I started crying once I put the clothes on because it didn't fit me, and I don't know how you call it, but like when you wear like the jeans and then like in between your legs, they
Chafing.
yeah, they whatever you call it, yeah, like because I was so overweight, I always used to have that, and I remember that day like how did I let myself get this fat? Like I need to change this thing, And then the year after, I came here in this country, and because I came here, I had no friends, I didn't know anyone, so I had to wait for 4 months to get a place to go to school. And in these 4 months, like a leisure center actually used to be next to my house, like 5 minutes away, and it was like only like 10 pounds a month, like very cheap, So I was like, like I don't have any friends, like let me just go and see how it is, And I remember because I was overweight, the workers there, they didn't let me train more than 2 times a week. Can you imagine? And they didn't let me do free weights, so I had to do only machines. I didn't have the clue like I was training, and then I went to chicken and chips or like fish and chips to eat. Like it didn't make any sense, And I remember I kind of got to be friends with one of the workers in the gym, and I remember I was like kind of begging him to let me train one more time, so I have a 3-day split a week, and that's how I go into fitness. Like I start doing that even though like I didn't have a clue about nutrition and how to train. I start losing weight, and I become like a little bit skinny, but like skinny fat, you know what I'm trying to say. And yeah, like once I saw results, like I kept going, like it made me more interested, like I always used to get excited, oh let me go to the gym,
So when was it that you noticed that you had something, or you knew that it was going further than just trying to lose a bit of weight?
So at this point, I think I was like 17 years old. So I had 2 years of training, and like I kind of had like a little bit of idea how to train and stuff and dieting, but not properly. And then after 2 years, I decided to compete, to do my first competition, and that was like a fitness model competition. And I remember I was getting ready for the show, and I remember I was working in a building site. Sorry, with my dad. And I remember my mom used to wake up like 3 a.m. in the morning to cook like all my meals for the day, you know. And like imagine like I was working like 6 7 hours in a building site doing like labor work because I didn't know what else to do. Came home, eat, and go to the train, come back, shower and stuff. It already like 8 9 in the evening, you know, like I had to go sleep. So it was so hard for me. But anyway, so I did that, trained for 2 years, got ready for the competition. I competed. I didn't win because I was competing against like older people and people that they have experience and more muscle maturity. So I didn't win, but that competition made me really hungry, and like really motivated me to come back and win it. So after that competition, I took 2 years off, like without like no dieting, like just like on size. And in that period of time, I was also like working in a gym, building site, just to like all these things. And after 2 years, I was 19. Yeah, after 2 years, I came back to the same show that I did when I was 17, and I won it. And from there, I remember you guys might say like Fit Media Channel. They approached me, and they said like because I was like kind of like so young, and like I kind of had like good shape, like or like good arm, for example, yeah. And yeah, they approached me and they said, oh, like we want to do a video with you, like blah blah blah. We done it, and from there, like I kind of saw like opportunities that back in the day was a little bit more easier than it is now. So that's how I go. Like I feel like, oh, maybe this is God's plan.
Brilliant. So, what did your parents say when they started to see this as a bit of a career? You know, they saw how many people you were inspired. And
let's stop there. Like from the beginning, like when I told my family, like, oh, listen, like I want to do this, like fitness wise, yeah. My dad was like, no, there's no money in the fitness industry, blah blah blah. Like because they didn't really know about fitness, you know. And like my mom, like she doesn't matter what I do. Like my mom, she always been like my number one supporter. Doesn't matter what. Like she always believed in me. And then like when I started to get like competitions, like when I did my second competition, and like I got like my first sponsorship and kind of like fitness shoots, my dad kind of started believing like, oh, this actually might be like a good career, you know. So after that, like, but even though they supported me like from day one, like I remember because we didn't really have money, so and then I was like 16 17 and I didn't really work that much. And I remember every month my mom used to give me 200 pounds for supplements. Like every month I used to get like 200 pounds like for supplements, like protein, creatine, like all these things. Yeah. And yeah, but now they see like that I work really hard, and it wasn't easy like to get here where I am.
Yeah.
But now like right now they believe in me and they support me even more.
Yeah. So obviously, like that's your past and everything, and now you're here to where you are.
Started from the bad and now we're here.
Yeah. But what's like the biggest thing that you struggle with day to day at the moment? You know, do you have bad days, good days? You know?
Oh, of course, everyone's go. Like it doesn't matter how, let's say, rich or famous or I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I think everyone's go like bad days or like bad moments. How can I explain this? Of course, like I do have like and to be honest with you, like lately I've been having like a lot of bad days or like days that I feel like a little bit down. But like I I think about like where I come from, and I'm in a much better position right now, and I start like, I should be grateful for what I have now and where I am right now. Like a lot of people, they would love to be in my place, and I should be happy where I am, you know. And yeah, and I think I just motivate myself to get out of that bad mood. I also have like good friends that they try to get me out of the mood, like they look after me. But like the main thing that helps me to like be in a better mood is gym. Definitely is gym. I just feel sometimes I just go there for therapy. I don't go to, oh, I'm gonna go and grow or whatever. Like I just go because it feels good. It makes me feel better.
That's good.
Good vibes only.
At the moment, you're prepping for a competition.
Yes, at the moment
you're doing that. But I think what would be interesting, tell us about like your off season, because you're a social media, influencer, and I think a lot of people expect you to be in shape all year round. And
you can't be done.
How do you deal with that?
Well, like I never had like a really off season, like to get like out of the shape. I kind of always had like a kind of good shape, No, of course not like straight or like competition wise, but I always had like a lean physique. But of course, like it's not healthy, and I don't think you can stay shredded all year around. Like, of course, like especially like I love food. And I can't just like eat clean all the time. Like I think sometimes it's just good to take a rest from the dieting and stuff, like to give your mind and your body a break, come back stronger,
So how's the prep going?
Oh yeah, the prep is actually going really good. Like I haven't prepped for 2 years now, 1 year and a half, and this is gonna be my first pro show. I never competed as a pro. And the good thing and the exciting thing about this show is that it's going to be back home in Romania. So imagine like the support that I'm going to have there, and like I feel proud to compete back home in Romania. Yeah. And also like it's going to be an Olympia qualifier, and who knows, who knows, I might win. This is God's plan. I'm praying.
And so is obviously all that, but what's the long-term goal? What's at the end of all of this for you? Where do you want to be?
I don't know, like my goal is to, of course, like the first goal is to step on the Olympia stage, and but like long-term goal, I think I wanna build my own brand, maybe like a clothing brand or something like that, maybe, never know. But like my main dream and goal is to have my own gym, to open my own gym and be able to let people train there, or like train people in my gym, like it's always been my dream to have like my own gym and create it the way I want it, like.
That's good. So I'm gonna wrap this up.
This is my goal, fitness-wise and career-wise. Yeah.
Lastly, is there anything you want to put out there to everyone and the people that watch the channel and support you and stuff like that?
Yeah, I just wanted, like, as you guys know, English is my second language, so I just wanted to say you should bear with me with my English. But yeah, this is the second video. Yeah, this is the second video that we're gonna put up. The third. Yeah, it's gonna be the third video. Actually, we did our first video like few weeks ago, and the feedback that we got from that is really good. So I really appreciate that, and we're gonna start doing a little bit more YouTube for you guys about me, my training, my personal life, about everything that I do daily. But I just wanted to say to you guys that I really appreciate the support, the feedback, the comments, the negative comments too, because it makes me work harder. And yeah, thank you for everything, and don't forget to subscribe, and good vibes only.